In the next few moments, I am going to show you 2 techniques that will eliminate cravings instantly. Even after people have given up smoking, they sometimes wonder how long it'll last and what will happen if the cravings were to come back. If you hadn't gone through all the techniques and acquired all the information and knowledge that you've learned on these CDs, you'd have probably done one of 3 things in response to these cravings. Number 1, smoke another cigarette. After all, however bad it might be, at least you know it worked in the past. Number 2, you might eat fatty or sugary foods. The simple sugars in these foods would give you a quick, if ultimately self-defeating, endorphin release, and the craving would disappear. And number 3, nothing. The fact is, if you just stick it out for a few days, these cravings would actually disappear all by themselves. Your body would quickly return to its own natural equilibrium, and the endorphins would start to once again flow on their own without needing a cigarette to control them. This is exactly what many people do who just quit. They tough it out for just a few days until their body's natural chemical balance returns. If you like, you can do the same thing, but why not make it easy on yourself? On this CD, I'm going to show you exactly how to knock out any cravings in a matter of moments. And when you know that you can handle any cravings if and when they come up, you no longer need to smoke or eat in an attempt to control them. Let's talk about the healing power of oxygen. Because when people smoke, more than half of what they breathe in is fresh air, pulled through the cigarette right down into the lungs. People don't normally breathe as deeply as they do when they're smoking, so each deep breath actually changes how you feel by putting more oxygen into your bloodstream. This means that you can use deep breaths to change the way you feel instantly and begin to take control over cravings. Let's do it now. Breathe all the way out as far as you can until there's no air left in your lungs. And when you can't breathe out any further, breathe in. And then gently breathe out again. And then take a nice deep breath in. And breathe out again. Allow your breathing to normalize and return to your day feeling refreshed. Whenever you experience a craving for a cigarette in future, you can use this technique, breathe all the way out, let it go, and let your body fill with fresh oxygen. Do it 3 times in a row, and you'll be amazed at how different you're feeling. In fact, most people find any cravings have disappeared before they even get to the 3rd breath. While this simple technique is deceptively powerful, there's another way of defeating cravings, which not only eliminates them in the moment, but has also been proven to actually change the structure of your brain in a way that can eliminate them from ever occurring again. Thought Field Therapy, or TFT, was created by Dr. Roger Callahan and is the subject of numerous medical studies into its effectiveness as a short and long-term cure for a wide variety of problems. It's been repeatedly proven to increase your body's production of happy chemicals like serotonin and reduce stress chemicals like adrenaline or noradrenaline. This not only makes the physical cravings go away in the moment, but over time it actually changes the internal landscape of your brain. After using the techniques I'm about to share with you a number of times, your brain will no longer be able to produce the old craving response to external stress. Any time you have a craving, it's another opportunity to reprogram your brain. Soon, you'll have overwritten the operating software of your brain, and the cravings will disappear for good. So the first day you do this, you might need to do it 5, 6, maybe 10 times. The next day, half that number, and the next day half that number, and so on as it decreases. The effect of tapping on acupuncture meridian points in the specific sequence I will share with you is to reset the way that your brain interprets and responds to stress, thereby altering your internal brain structure. We'll be concentrating upon feelings of cravings or intense nagging desire for a cigarette. You'll need to be able to really concentrate for a few moments, as it's important that you continue focusing on the craving feeling as you follow my instructions. These instructions are very simple. We're going to be tapping on specific acupuncture meridian points in an order and sequence that I describe. It doesn't matter whether you use your right or left hand or whether you tap on the right or left side of your body. Both sides have the same effect. Simply tap on whichever side feels most comfortable. Okay. Before we start, I want you to get the biggest craving that you can get for a cigarette right now. In what situation would you be absolutely craving a cigarette? Think about it right now. Try and get the strongest craving you can right now. Okay, focus on that craving for a moment, and I want you to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is the weakest, and 10 is the most intense craving possible. How strong is your craving right now? Okay, I want you to take 2 fingers and tap about 10 times under your collarbone while you think about smoking. That's it. Now, tap about 10 times under your eye. Now, tap about 10 times under your collarbone again. Now, tap on the side of your hand, the karate chop point. Now, tap on the back of your hand between the little and ring finger. Keep tapping on the back of your hand while you think about your desire to smoke a cigarette. And keep your head still, close your eyes, open your eyes. Keep tapping on the back of your hand as you continue to think about your desire to smoke a cigarette. Now, close your eyes and open your eyes. Keep tapping the back of your hand, keep your head still, look down to your right and look down to your left. Keep tapping the back of your hand. And I want you to rotate your eyes in a full 360-degree circle, floor to ceiling, all the way around, tapping the back of your hand, concentrating on that craving for smoking, and whirling your eyes around in a circle. Now, rotate them in the opposite direction, all the way around, floor to ceiling as you tap the back of your hand. Now, we're going to hum a tune, then we're going to count, then we're going to hum a tune again. I know this looks unusual, but I promise you it works. Let's hum Happy Birthday as you tap the back of your hand while you think about that craving. And count out loud with me from 1 to 5, tapping the back of your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's hum Happy Birthday again. Okay, now tap your collarbone, tap under your eye, tap your collarbone, and now stop for a moment. What number is the craving at now? It should be less. If it's not significantly less, go through the sequence again. Sometimes we need to do it several times in order to knock out the craving. Tap your collarbone, tap under your eye, tap your collarbone about 10 times. Tap the side of your hand, the karate chop point. Tap the back of your hand between your little and ring finger. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Look down to the right. Look down to the left. Keep tapping. Rotate your eyes in a full 360-degree circle. Rotate in the opposite direction, a full 360 degrees. Hum Happy Birthday with me. Count out loud from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hum Happy Birthday. Tap your collarbone. Tap under your eye. Tap your collarbone. Stop and take a new reading. If the craving hasn't completely gone, just go through the sequence again. If the craving returns at some point in the future, just run through this sequence again. Each time the craving returns, it will be less intense than the last, and it will take less time to knock out. And very soon, the cravings will disappear altogether.
If you or a loved one are looking for help with substance abuse, call our 24/7 helpline at 1-800-615-1067. A caring addiction advisor is awaiting your call.